And we're on.
Hey guys, Coach Hall and Coach Colleen here again, number 2. Hope you did well with number 1, and hopefully we've seen you now. By this time we see you, we'll have seen you for our live program. All right, so again, endurance. What I didn't do last time was I didn't warm you guys up. So we're gonna go ahead and warm up, right? We're gonna start with some side-to-side lunges, all right? Side to side. As we're doing side to side, I wanna talk a little bit about nutrition, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, sugar is not your friend. Hold on the side here. Sugar is, in my opinion, one of the worst things that you can put into your body, especially during swim season. Let's roll over to the other side. Weight your heel. Good. And hold. Come up, stay in the middle. Drop, walk your feet in a little bit. Drop your hips down. We're going to talk a little bit more about sugar. Sugar is addictive. It's more addictive than cocaine and heroin. Arms up. Good. Come on up. Good. Bend over, touch your toes. Drop your hips down and hold. So with my kids, when I tell them, like, Gatorade is loaded with sugar, so it's not a really good source of a hydration. Now, if you're dehydrated, go to Gatorade instead of water. But arm up, other arm up, and let's stand up. Good job, and rest. Arm circles backwards. So Gatorade's okay in the pinch, but there are better ways to hydrate. So for sugar, what I want you to understand is that for every 4 grams of sugar is 1 teaspoon. Every 4 grams of sugar in your bottle is 1 teaspoon. Okay, so what I would like for you guys to do this week is every time I need to read your labels. So look on your yogurt. If it says 16 grams of sugar, that's 8 teaspoons. Is it 8 or 2? Is it 4 or 2? I think it's for every 4. Abby, is it 4 teaspoons? 4 grams
is one tablespoon, right?
Okay, 4 grams or 1 tablespoon. So if it's 16 grams, then you put 4 scoops into a jar. So this whole week, I want you to get a plastic bag or like a Tupperware, and I want you reading all of your labels. And I want you measuring out what you're eating. So if you're eating a granola bar, look at the sugar content. If it's 25, divide that by 1. I think it's actually 2. I think it's 2. So every 4 is 2 teaspoons. And then I want you to measure out your sugar. All right, so that's going to be really important to see how much sugar you're putting into your body. Sugar increases inflammation. Sugar makes your blood sugars go up and down. Cancer loves sugar. Cancer feeds off of sugar. So sugar really is not a really great thing. So I want you to really watch your sugar.
And that doesn't mean fake sugar is a good substitute. So what gets you often when I'm looking at yogurt is that it'll have a flavoring to it, but it will say only 1 gram of sugar. And that's great, but then you look at the ingredients and it has all these fake sugars in it. And fake sugars also, cancer is linked to that. So what I really recommend, especially when it comes to something like yogurt, get plain flavored yogurt and add stuff to it where you can control the ingredients. So add fresh fruit to it instead of ones that already have fruit in it. Add honey to it instead of one that comes with honey in it. Because then the more you can control your ingredients, the better off you are. And I don't want to see diet soda because it doesn't have real sugar in it. I don't want to see sucrose and all these other substitutes in there instead. So the idea is to reduce all forms of sugar. And so just try to have more natural energy. So the energy you get from the natural sugar in a banana is going to be substantially better than the sugar you're going to get from that granola bar. So just think about the kinds of sugar you're putting into your body. Real sugar is better than fake sugar, but less sugar is better than more sugar. So keep those things in mind.
And we're not going to have you measure it. If you have a strawberry or a banana or an apple or an orange, you don't have to measure that out. So when we're talking about sugars, we're talking about sugars in food, not natural sugars that are in fruit. We want you eating your fruits. So fruits and vegetables are incredible. The other thing is sometimes when it says no sugar added, that is true, kind of. Usually if you flip it over, it has aspartame or sucralose or corn syrup. Those are all fake forms of sugar, but they're worse than regular cane sugar. So when you look at a product, if you want a dessert, if you want a chocolate bar and it says cane sugar, that's going to be a better option than sucralose, aspartame, corn syrup, right? And that's when you have like a little bit of a treat. So even after you're done with swim season, it's really important to understand the good quality sugar versus no sugar. So like a good dark chocolate, little piece of dark chocolate every once in a while is not a bad thing. It's okay to have things in moderation, but sugar will drain your body if that's all that you're having.
And we'll be talking once the season gets into play about sugar intake prior to a race, and that's a different story. So when we talk about you're about to get into a race, we want to get sugar really quickly into your body because you only need less than a minute or maybe less than 2 minutes worth of energy, that's a different use of sugar than what we're talking about fueling your everyday. And what you're gonna notice is if you're paying more attention to your sugar and keeping your blood sugar steady, you're gonna be able to concentrate better in your classes, you're gonna have more sustained energy, you're just gonna feel better, your body's gonna work better. So keep those things in mind. We're trying to help you in aspects beyond just your athletic performance. We're talking about how you're gonna function
every day, right? And like going to Smoothie King and getting a big Smoothie King.
Smoothies are where they get you to.
Exactly. There are smoothies that are
healthy
loaded
all the time.
with bad sugars, and then there's places that are clean sugars, and those are the ones that use fresh fruit, and you can actually watch them put that into the blender. So you don't want to have all that additive stuff into your smoothies. Can't Be Crazy has a great one. Clean Juice has great smoothies, because smoothies are a great thing to have, great option, but they can be loaded with sugar.
And frozen fruit is always great.
Yeah.
So if you are afraid that your fruit's gonna go bad, buy a bunch of frozen fruit, and then you don't have to put ice in your smoothie at all. That serves as your ice in itself, and that maintains nutritional value even when it's frozen. So just a quick food tip for the week.
Awesome, guys. All right, back to our warm-up. So we're gonna have our hands out in front. We're gonna alternate side to side. Good. So I like to do about 10 of these on each side. Then we'll take it to scare pose. Out here, 90-degree angle, down and up. Good. Let's get 3 more. 2 and 3. Arms up, we're gonna bend over, touch your toes. Walk it out to a plank. Get into a nice plank. Remember, we talked about this in the last video. Let's put your right foot up to your right hand. Make sure that right foot is flat on the ground. No toes up on the ground, no heels up on the ground. Nice flat foot. Now right arm goes up to the sky. Good, right hand comes back down. Drop that left knee down to the ground. Awesome. And let's switch sides. Left hand, left foot. Hold for a moment. Now left arm up to the sky. Good, down. Right knee goes down to the ground.
This is a hugely beneficial exercise or stretch. The runner stretch is like a one-stop shop for most of your body. So doing this before meet, before practice, will stretch out most of your body.
It's a great stretch. So let's go back to a plank. Push back to downward dog. I'll show you from the side. You're gonna push through your heels and through your shoulders. Try to get those heels down to the ground, stretching out the calves. Pushing through your shoulders, keeping your back nice and flat. Go back to a plank. And push back one more time for downward dog. Nice good stretch to the shoulders, to the heels. And walk your hands into your feet. Good. We're gonna come up for arms, so it goes backwards. Good, 2 more. Awesome, I wanna go back to the beginning one more time, arms up. Bend over, touch your toes, drop your butt down. Right arm up, left arm up, stand up. 1 more of these, bend over. Drop it down, left arm, right arm, and up. Good job, guys. All right, now you ready to get started? So today's a little bit different than last time. We alternated between core and cardio. Today we're gonna do all core first, and then we're gonna do all cardio after that. All right, so you're gonna go through 3 rounds of the top part. We're gonna start with alternating toe touches. Your count is gonna be 3 sets of 10. So to do an alternating toe touch, you're gonna start laying down on the ground, legs out, arms out behind you. Now I'm not gonna have you come all the way up. That's the most advanced way to do it. I'm gonna have you stay down, just lift your shoulders slightly off the ground, and then back down, alternating toe touch. Good. So you'll do 10 of those. 10 of those on each side. So it's gonna be 20 total. Okay. From there, we're gonna go to a hover. For those of you that know Gail, you know this is her favorite exercise. So when you do a hover, you're gonna have your shoulders directly over your wrists. Your arms are shoulder width apart. Your head is neutral. Your toes are gonna be tucked under. Your knees are directly underneath your hips and they're hip width apart, right? Shoulders over wrists, shoulder width apart. Hips over knees, hip width apart, right? Tuck those toes under, you're gonna lift up for 1 inch, and then you're gonna drop back down. So you're gonna lift up and pull 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, down, that's 1. Ready, lift up, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, down. Now guys, one of the big things about this is you don't wanna round your back, or lift too high. That's not a hover. Don't drop your head. Ready? Let's try one more together. Ready? Lift up, knees 1 inch, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and rest. You should feel that in your quads, in your core, and behind your shoulders. All right, that's called a hover. From there, we're gonna do a side plank. I'm gonna show you all the modifications. So level 1, you'll be down on your forearm, shoulder is directly over your elbow, your arms out in front of you, okay? Knees will be bent, and you're just gonna lift up here. All right, so that's it. This is difficult, then stay here. That's too easy. Extend that top leg out, arm goes up to the sky. Now that's still too easy. Both feet out, lift up and hold. Now we're gonna drop it down and lift. So it's called a side plank dip. And you're gonna do 10 of these on each side. When your knees are bent, you can still do a dip. Drop it, lift it. Arm, leg extended, drop it, lift it. Where you wanna feel that is in your oblique. You will feel a little bit of shoulder as well. Make sure that your shoulder's not rounded, that you're keeping everything nice and flat and chest is open. So then you'll just switch sides and you'll go to the other side. Same thing. Shoulder, my elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. Hips are stacked and you can lift up, and this is your level 1. You drop it down to the ground and up. You'll do 10 of those. Or you can do your leg out, arm up, drop down, 10 this way. Remember, your other option is all the way out, drop it down. Now you don't want to roll your shoulders forward and do your side plank like that. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the shoulders, so stay stacked. Whichever way keeps you stacked is your right way. Okay? Last one is bridges. Down on your back. When you start your bridge setup, you have your feet hip width apart. See if you're, for some of you it's going to be a little bit difficult, but you want your fingers to be able to touch the back heel of your shoe, right? If you're feeling pressure on your knee, just slide out just a little bit. Your shoulders are open, hands down on the ground. You're going to go up, squeeze. Again, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, lower, slow. Lift up, exhale up, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, lower, slow. Now, what I don't want to see is legs falling in or legs falling out. Keep your knees right in line with your hip bones. One more. Inhale, exhale up. Hold 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and lower slowly. So you'll do 10 of those. Now you're going to go through all 4 of those exercises 3 rounds. Right?
Make sure on those bridges, it's not just quads. You gotta be engaging your glutes. That's the whole point. Some people that don't have properly connected glutes, they're not gonna feel it there at all, and they're just gonna be sore in their quads. So you gotta, every move, you need to be thinking about, where do I feel this?
Yeah, that's
and that's where you need to be feeling that exercise.
Booty and hamstrings. Okay? Now, cardio. All right, so it's gonna be 3 sets of 20 reps. So we're gonna go to mountain climbers. Remember this from last time. Your shoulders are directly over your wrists. It's gonna be 10 on each leg. So there'll be 20 total. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I just kind of 1 leg instead of 2. That for me just, otherwise I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I get lost. Then you're gonna go on to 20 jump ropes. Remember, if you don't have jump ropes, it's just like a shuffle. But you can do both like this. Okay? Touchdowns. 20 touchdowns. Feet are hip width apart starting out. We're going to touch down, squat down. Come on, let me show you from the side. Chest is up. Weight goes into my heel and into my booty. Come in, come out. Alternating arms as you're touching. 20 of those. Okay, total.
Keep your spine in alignment the entire time. So make sure you're aware about what your head is doing.
Yeah, you know.
So your whole spine is in alignment.
This is not a touchdown. This is a bend over. Touchdown is getting into that squat. Nice line from the head down to my tempo. Okay? Last one is going to be high knees. So we're just going to take it up. You're going to go 1. Every time you break, counts as 1. So you'll be doing 20 total on each leg. And that's that. There's your high knees. Now see how Coach Hall from the side, she had her back up nice and tall, and her knees were coming up to her hip bones. That is a high knee. That's a jogging place. Right? High knees need to come up to your hip bone.
And not bending over, so you're not bending over to meet your knee. Bring your knee up to your chest. Yep.
Nice long spine. All right, that's your workout number 2. Good luck, have fun.
Do you
wait,
the sprints?
I forgot about the sprints. Yeah, you can tell that Coach Hall's better at this. She's been on video for a while, and I'm a little bit newer to this. She's got it down pat. All right, guys. The one thing I forgot to tell you is you're gonna do 4 sprints at the beginning. Then you're gonna do your core exercise. Then you're gonna go outside and do 4 more sprints. Then you're gonna come in and you're gonna do your cardio. And then you're gonna do 4 more sprints, right? So it's a total of 12 sprints. 4 in the beginning, 4 in the middle, 4 at the end.
That's the part that you're probably not gonna wanna do the most. And it's critical that you do that because that's where the heart rate interval training comes in. That's where the progress is made. The harder the exercise is, the more important it is for you to do. So this is, again, the season is about you. How much better do you wanna get? What kind of improvements do you wanna see? This is where the difference is made. Are you gonna step up and do the thing that you don't wanna do the most? Because it's gonna benefit you the most. So do this workout as written, and you'll see some progress the next time you do it.
And let me tell you about the sprints. When you do a sprint, guys, do you want to sprint all the way through that end? I know with swimming, you reach through that last stroke. You're not just kind of doing a stroke. It's that reach through it at the very end. Same thing with your sprint. You want to reach through at the end, then you'll slow down once you hit your marker. But don't start slowing down before you get to the marker. Run all the way through, and then run it out a little bit slower at the end.
It's the same thing with diving. Once your hands hit the top of the water, you don't let yourself go. Wait until you're completely through the dive before you let yourself relax. So make sure you go all the way to the end.
All right, guys, have fun.
Let me